Hi friends, in last lecture we have discussed about the calculation of kinematic indeterminacy for the continuous beam. In this lecture we are going to discuss the calculation of kinematic degree of indeterminacy for the frame structure. Let us see here. First example. Here the supports are fixed supports and this frame is having 2 story and 2 bay. A, B, C, D, E and F, these are the rigid joints, and at bottom there are 3 supports that are fixed supports. As discussed earlier, at the rigid joint of particular frame you have to consider the 3 number of release, that is in x direction, y direction and rotation. Means at each joint there are 3 displacements. You have to count all the displacements for that rigid joint in this portal frame, as well as you have to count the number of release or degree of freedom for particular support. As here 3 supports are fixed supports, hence at this fixed support there is no release, means only you have to count the number of release for these rigid joints and you have to add this, that is nothing but the degree of kinematic indeterminacy with axial deformation. As discussed, here it is mentioned that for fixed support dk is equal to 0, means degree of kinematic indeterminacy or degree of freedom, that is equal to 0. At joints from A to F there are 3 number of release or degree of freedom, that is u, v and theta z at all points. Hence the dk1 is equal to u plus v plus theta, means all horizontal, vertical and rotational displacements. Here 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, that is equal to 18. Means you have to count the number of degree of freedom for all these joints, that is equal to 18, and that 18 is nothing but the degree of kinematic indeterminacy with axial deformation. When we are neglecting the axial deformation, here the vertical member, that is nothing but the axial member, and in horizontal member there is a horizontal displacement. Means in portal frame you have to consider the vertical member as main member and the deformation through vertical member, that is nothing but the axial deformation. Means you have to neglect only vertical deformation, that is vertical axial deformation here for calculating the degree of indeterminacy. Hence here dk2, for calculating this dk2 at fixed support, again the value of kinematic indeterminacy is equal to 0. For all joints v displacement is 0, means vertical displacement is equal to 0, that is nothing but the axial deformation we are neglecting here. And you have to consider the horizontal displacement per story, means here the 2 stories are there, means horizontal displacement for this first story is considered as 1 and for the second story again it is considered as 1. Means total number of horizontal displacement, that is equal to 0. You have to add this all displacements. Here u means horizontal displacement for particular story, means that is equal to 2 for 2 storied. Then v, that is nothing but the vertical displacement. Vertical displacement we have to neglect this displacement because we are neglecting the axial deformation here, and you have to consider theta at each joint. Again at each joint theta is equal to 6, means 2 plus 6 is equal to 8, and that is nothing but the degree of kinematic indeterminacy without axial deformation. Similarly, you can calculate the degree of kinematic indeterminacy without axial deformation by using this formula. Means you have to subtract the number of members in which axial deformation is neglected from the degree of kinematic indeterminacy with axial deformation, that is dk1. You have to deduct the number of members in which axial deformation is neglected. Means simply you have to count the number of members here. See here, this is one vertical member from this fixed support up to D. Again, second member from this fixed support up to E. Third member from this fixed support up to F. Then CF, BE and AD. Means total number of vertical members that are equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Similarly, you have to count the horizontal members here, AB, BC, DE and EF. Means horizontal members are 4 and vertical members are 6. Means total members where we are neglecting the axial deformation, these are equal to 6 plus 4, that is nothing but the 10. Here it shows the total number of members, that is equal to 10. You have to subtract this 10 from dk1, you get that is equal to 8, and that 8 is nothing but the degree of kinematic indeterminacy without considering the axial deformation, which is same as above. Then this is second example. In this example there are two story and 2 bays are there, but here one member is not considered. Means here support is not considered. This is the cantilever portion. For this particular frame, again you have to count the number of release, that is degree of freedom. Count the degree of freedom at particular joint. You have to count here the number of degree of freedom for particular joint A, B, C, D, E and F. At each joint there are 3 degree of freedoms. Means 3 into 6, that is equal to 18. 18, these are the degree of freedom for all rigid joints. Then here first support is fixed support. Here degree of freedom is equal to 0, and for hinge support, as discussed earlier, degree of freedom, that is nothing but the movement, which is 1. Means you have to count the total number of degree of freedoms here. 18 plus 1, that is equal to 19. Or you can calculate the degree of kinematic indeterminacy by adding u, v and theta displacement at particular joint and at particular support, that is equal to 19, and that 19 is the dk1 with axial deformation. Then here dk2, that is nothing but the, you have to neglect the axial deformation by counting the number of members from that member, that is dk1 minus number of members. Here dk1 is 19. You have to count the number of members. First count the vertical members, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then count the horizontal members, 1, 2, 3, 4. Means 5 plus 4, that is equal to 9. You have to deduct the 9 from this 19, that is equal to 10, and that 10 indicates the degree of kinematic indeterminacy without axial deformation. Then see here the third example. In this example, the first support is fixed support, second and fourth support is roller support, and third support, that is shear release support. And this portal frame is having 2 stories and 3 bays. It is having 2 story and 3 base. Again you have to count the number of degree of freedom for each rigid joint. Here number of joints are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 into 3, that is 24. 24, that is the degree of freedom for all these rigid joints. Similarly, you have to count the degree of freedom for support. At fixed support it is 0, at roller support it is 2, at shear release support it is 1, and at roller support again it is 2. You have to add these degree of freedom for support in this degree of freedom. Means 24 plus 5, that is equal to 29. That 29 indicates degree of kinematic indeterminacy with axial deformation. And for calculating the decay 2, you have to count the number of members and deduct that from decay 1. Here count the number of vertical members first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. 8 number that are the vertical members. Similarly count the horizontal members. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Means 8 plus 6, that is equal to 14. You have to deduct 14 from this 29. You get the value of 15 as decay 2. Similarly, in same problem you can calculate the static degree of indeterminacy, that is SDI. For calculating the SDI, we discuss the formula, that is you have to count the number of closed spaces and you have to multiply it by 3 when all the supports are fixed support, and you have to deduct 2 for roller support and 1 for hinge support. Hence the number of closed spaces here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. You have to multiply this 6 by 3 and you have to deduct the 2 for roller support. There are 2 roller support, hence minus 2 and 1 shear release support, hence for that minus 1. Means SDI is equal to 13 here. Then here is the next example. In this example, first support is roller support, second that is hinge support, and third one that is fixed support. You have to count the degree of freedom for these supports, that is 2 plus 1 plus 0. That is for support degree of freedom is 3. And then you have to count the degree of freedom for the particular joint in this frame, that is rigid joint. Count that joints 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 5 into 3 means that is equal to 15. 15 plus 3, that is equal to 18. 18 is the value of decay 1. Then you have to find out decay 2, that is neglecting the axial deformation. Count here number of members 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. You have to deduct the 8 from 18. You get the value of decay 2 as 10. Similarly, you can calculate the SDI here, that is by calculating the number of closed spaces, multiply it by 3. Number of closed spaces 1, 2 and 3, multiply it by 3 means 9. Then deduct 2 for this roller support and 1 for this hinge support, means that is equal to 6. That indicates the static degree of indeterminacy. Then here is the fifth example. In this example, single story, single bay portal frame is given, and here it is the hinge which is provided at the junction of vertical and horizontal member, and the supports are fixed support. Means for this fixed support again degree of freedom is equal to 0, and you have to count the degree of freedom for the rigid joints. Here for this joint you have to consider 3 as a degree of freedom, but here it is an internal hinge. Means for internal hinge you have to add one additional equation, means 3 plus one equation that is for hinge, means 3 plus 4 that is equal to 4, means 3 degree of freedom at this rigid joint, and when we are considering the internal hinge at that particular joint, you have to add one equation there or add one number of release that is equal to 4, means 4 plus 3, 7 indicates decay 1, and then you have to calculate decay 2 by neglecting the axial deformation. Count the number of members 1, 2 and 3, deduct that from decay 1, you get the value of decay 2. Then this is the sixth example. In this example, 2-story and 3-bay portal frame is given, and here this section is neglected here, and at this member there is an internal hinge in between member. Similarly, count the number of degree of freedom for rigid joints. Here it is first joint, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth and seventh, means 7 into 3 that is equal to 21. 21 that indicates the degree of freedom for rigid joints. There are 7 rigid joints. Then in between this member there is an internal hinge, means at that particular internal hinge you have to consider the 4 degree of freedom, means one is horizontal, one is vertical and two rotations, theta 1 and theta 2. Due to this internal hinge, the left hand side and right hand side member rotates differently, means this angle is different, that indicates by theta 1 and theta 2, and there is a one horizontal and one vertical displacement, means for this internal hinge there are 4 displacements. Similarly, consider the 4 displacements for this particular hinge, means total number is equal to 21 plus 8, and that is equal to 29, that is the value of decay 1. Then you have to calculate the decay 2, again count the number of members and subtract that from decay 1. Here, while calculating the number of members, due to this internal hinge, this total member is divided into 2 members, means here you have to consider 2 members. Similarly, here you have to consider the 2 members. First count the vertical members, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, these are the vertical members. Then count the horizontal members, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Means here you have to deduct the 14 from this 29, that is equal to 15, means decay 2. Then this is the next example. Here 2-story 1-bay portal frame is given, and again supports are fixed supports, but the position of internal hinge is at a joint where 3 members are connected and second hinge where 2 members are connected. Similarly, you have to count the degree of freedom for the supports. Here again supports are fixed supports, means degree of freedom is equal to 0. Then count the degree of freedom for rigid joints. Here it is 1 and 2, means 3 plus 3 that is equal to 6. Then here for this internal hinge you have to count the number of degree of freedom. Here degree of freedom, that is nothing but the 1 horizontal displacement, 1 vertical displacement and 2 angular displacements, means for this 2 members, this is theta 1 and theta 2, means these 2 angles are different, means for this particular hinge there are 4 displacements. Then for this internal hinge which joins the 3 members, you have to again count the number of degree of freedom. One is horizontal, one is vertical, and here there are 3 members, hence you have to find out the three rotational displacements here, that is theta 1, theta 2 and theta 3. Means 3 rotational displacement, 1 horizontal and 1 vertical displacement. Means total number of displacements is equal to 5. This is 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 3 means 15. That 15 indicates the decay 1, and then you have to find out the decay 2 by subtracting the number of members. Here count the number of members: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Means 6. These are the number of members. 15 minus 6, that is equal to 9, which indicates decay 2. Here the hinge is at joint, means it cannot divide any member into two parts. Hence only we are counting the number of members as given in the problem. Hence decay 2 is equal to 9. This completes the calculation of kinematic degree of indeterminacy for portal frame. In next lecture we will discuss the calculation of degree of kinematic indeterminacy for the truss structure. Thank you.